I'm Timothy. Welcome to Michigan News. Sort of. It's kind of more like a vlog, podcast, assortment of random thoughts, sometimes touching on the news. I mean, obviously, the majority of what any of us have to talk about is news related. Good news doesn't get talked about. There's nothing to say. So, ramblings. This was a hard decision to come back online. Been gone for nearly 3 years from the internet, so to speak. I've been watching in the background, but I didn't know what to say. I'm still learning and growing myself, as well as Christina. And we've done a lot of traveling, searching, walking, learning how to do things without things, preparing for these future years ahead of us. We've had the whole debacle with the breathing problem thing that has now sort of disappeared from the internet. The fact that people so easily close their churches and were willingly, I understand the eagerness to observe church online and to communicate with other brethren online in an extended fashion, because the time at church can be rather limiting, and people are always jumping in and out of conversations rather quickly. I see the theater being played in front of us, and so does Christina, and we just sit by, and it's like, how do you sit there and hide? I just sit here, not even hiding, just waiting for consciousness to catch a clue. The majority are really being taken for a ride. There's truth in it, absolutely. There's absolute truth in what they're saying. There's absolute truth in what the people are reporting on. The conspiracies, they're right. They're lies, they're truths. It's all intermixed, but ultimately the picture being painted is a story that leads you down a path into a desired direction. Iron and clay. Iron and clay. How does that mix? How does the embodiment mix with the unembodied outside of the creative form that we currently know ourselves as? We can only all imagine what it must be like, where we go from this place, what the transition is like from here to there. Wherever there is, what is there? There is it. It is what? All. All is what? Everything that is and isn't. How do you express that? How do you vocalize that? How do you conceptualize everything in the mind when the mind doesn't contain everything? And so I don't know that we can truly say how this plays out. I do have enough understanding to know that if a story is written and other conscious beings observe that story, their focus, their intentions can be emboldened in such a way to progress a situation down a very chartable path. Please take note of everything, even the things that I tell you, because my view is constantly being updated. Your view is constantly being updated. Everything we intake on a daily basis is adding to our overall understanding of this realm we live in. And gosh darn it, wake up. Sleepers, please awaken. Many of you came here knowing as a young child and still have those memories, and looking back at those memories and saying, something's not right here. And every time I was helpful, I was knocked down or disregarded and misunderstood. So remember those years, those very early years, your 7s, your 6s, when you still had the connection, before you'd been taught to not daydream, taught to focus only on logic and certainty of experts. Many of us have noticed that the experts seem to pull together in the wrong way. Well, anyway, just some random thoughts, and while I had a quiet moment, I have a lot of these, but I never capture them, and maybe it's time to share some of them again in a new way. I have changed. I'm sure you've changed. I've done some things I'm not happy about. All I can do is not dwell on them, because the dwelling and these things, for myself, I wouldn't say that the things that I'm concerned with to anyone else would be overly dramatic, but for me, these certain little things, these snide comment here, or a vague remark to an old friend when you split directions, and it could have gone so much differently. And I guess those are the things that I try to change with the newer people that I meet. But we all tend to get overwhelmed by too much attention. Trying to help too many people in too short a time. And for me, the knowing says that the current direction of our society is getting ready to come to an abrupt stall out and reversal. And that's no big surprise, right? I'm not like broadcasting some grand gnosis. It's been broadcasted to us from those who tend to herd, H-E-R-D, to put us in different categories, populations, name states, social rankings. It's time to awaken to the subtleties that are not so subtle. They know this is coming. They've prepared for this. They remember. They've clouded our judgment externally. Internally, we cower because we're afraid to stand out, even though our inner morals are different from the external morals we share with others. Well, I don't know. Just keep watching. We'll see what the days bring ahead. How many days, how many weeks, how many months? They keep going by. They'll never end. Only our perception of the end will become aware. Don't put too much focus into the emotional outcries that certain types of programming may put out there, and it's totally to pull at your heartstrings, because they know internally, like I said, people have a different response mechanism within them that they aren't willing to share externally. We consider those people weak if they share it externally, and really we're just going down the wrong path, and you all know it. I wish I could tell you how to change it, but really it seems like it just has to play out. So my friends are back.
Can you grab this, please? Thank you.
Have to move on with the evening. Love and light. Take care. Unbind yourself. Free your mind. Take care.
Bye. Bye.